whole problem that I had with her statement is that it shows that she's basing a man's value based off of, and I always say this: money, power, and respect. That's the only thing that they are evaluating the definition of a good man. That's why they're always going to be single like that. Instead, she should have been evaluating, what his integrity, his knowledge, his wisdom, because everything that Kenny said was spot on. But you know what? A man that was making 35K but was growing in knowledge and wisdom and was learning financial strategies like that, he's bound to make a whole lot more money. But women don't know how. I don't want to say women, but women like them don't know how to see that or recognize those type of character traits inside of men. So that's the whole problem I have with it. It's just like they're valuing these men based off of these just very arbitrary, dollar amounts.
Then she threw the buzzwords in. Entertain, what did you say? Lifestyle, travel, and experience. Whenever I hear them words strung together, I always have a specific idea of the type of woman I'm talking to. I know we talked about this before, right, JR? Whenever I hear them words strung together, I think of a specific type of woman. You got to avoid them. You have to, or you going. All right.
Go ahead, Hank.
So the sad part about it is, it's only our people who put these restrictions on us like this. That would get on a YouTube show and talk like this and just shit on every other man. You probably won't see a lot of other races doing that to their people like that. Probably won't. I mean, to the point where now she's probably shitting on the father. He's probably that blue collar man that she's talking about. She experienced, and she didn't get all the things she wanted as a kid. So now she's unleashing her trauma on the world. Want every other woman to, hey, we don't need to suffer. Ma'am, you look like you already married. It looked like she had a ring on. So you good. You covered. You taken care of.
She's just not divorced yet.
Oh, okay. Well, right on, Nelson. I got you. So, but for those who are not in a relationship or in a marriage or anything like that, you cutting off half the world from these women. So you doing a disservice to your own people. That's all I got to say about it.
Let me go ahead and play a little bit of this clip. Spinny just dropped this link. I'm going to go ahead and post it in the chat. Y'all go ahead and take a look at it. And I got that video too. I'm going to cue it up in a second.
It's so offended too when you say that they shouldn't date when they don't have no money. But I 100% agree with you.
But they're also broke.
That's true.
Those are the people.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
those are the only people that get offended by
never
that.
Like,
don't
date when you're broke.
Right. He probably agrees.
That.
Yeah, because I feel like your focus needs to be elsewhere. If you don't have any money, you can't even enjoy life.
No.
So you damn sure can't enjoy a woman because women need things. Right. Women need things.
Yeah. It affects your mental.
Yeah.
It affects your challenges and
Bro,
how you
niggas
face
be mean.
them.
And they be
yes,
mean. They
I'm
be
telling you.
so mad.
And they be quick in the bed too. 3 seconds. And they be like, oh my God, that was amazing. And you're like, I didn't even blink twice yet. Like, what is happening? And it's because that stagnant mentality. It affects you in every area.
Yes.
Your friends are terrible. You have no loyalty in your circle. You got issues within your family. Like, and I'm not saying that these things don't happen when you have money.
Right.
But they occur much more often and last much longer when the pain point is, how much do I get paid?
Right.
Like, it's real.
That is true.
So for the fellas, and now mind you, you don't have to be the richest man in the room. You just have to be the one most willing.
Right.
I say this to my students all the time. Stop searching for the richest man in the room because we all not getting a millionaire.
Right.
We're all not, I don't care how bad you are. We're not all bagging the CEO of somewhere.
Hold on, let me scroll up a little bit and get this last part in.
Should just repeat our own argument.
I just want to throw this in. When I was broke, that's when I perfected my stroke. I got the best D for me.
She's wrong on that one.
Shit,
hold
on.
Y'all
got the best D for me.
$400-something.
He's
this
smart.
2017 me was like, oh my God, girl. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, but I feel like if you have a man who's giving, that's gonna mean more any time than you dealing with. Oh, because he's a millionaire, I need to have him. If he not making $100,000 in this a per month, and I can't date him.
That's the biggest mistake we
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Because honestly, the more money you have, the smarter you are with it, the longer you hold on to it, and the less you release it. So when you are in that, $100,000 6-figure realm, those men are willing because they have yet to find a woman that is going to multiply that 6 figures.
Right.
They find women that are going to take from that 6 figures, but they rarely find one that will multiply it. And that's what we do. That's what we're born and designed to do. We procreate, we multiply.
Yep.
And so when a woman, meets a man that is not the richest in the room, all you have to do is make sure he's the one most willing. Fellas, if that's you and you're like, damn, I ain't got, I'm just scratching the surface of 80,000. I'm just scratching the surface of 6 figures. I don't really have it like that. One, check how you're living, because if you're living above your means, that's a big issue. 2, how do you spend your money? Do you go buy sections for your homeboys to go hang out and pop bottles and drink? Are you in the hookah lounge every week? 3, check your investments. If you don't got no investments, if you're not pouring into something that's going to make you more money, you're going to be stuck at that 6 figures forever because you're exchanging time and money. And there's only so many hours you can give to a workspace to get paid, right? So you have to start to think about, how can I entrepreneur? How can I start making a bag outside of just right here clocking in, right? And so that's when the knowledge to experience comes into play. Knowledge to profit comes into play. But if you're that guy, you just have to think about where else you're spending, how you're investing, and what difference that money would make if it was sown into a woman who knows how to make something multiply.
Right.
Because when it's sown into her, not only will you make more money, but you will live a more fulfilled life. You'll be able to do the Paris. You'll be able to do the, trips out the country, and you'll be able to go into a designer store. You might not be able to go every week. You might only be able to go once a year.
Right.
But you can still go. You have the option to choose. So, fellas, it ain't the richest man in the room. It's the one most willing. And if you're not willing and you're not rich, well, then you're just gonna grab one of them little ghetto babies with the bad wig.
So, what advice do you have for women to help?
This is who the fuck is she talking about?
Man, she talking about Miami.
You see the trend yet, JR?
Jesus Christ.
You see the trend yet? What I was talking about? Have you started to see it?
Who is this woman talking about? First of all, man, I feel like Andre up here, man. I'm a little lost for words. What? I don't think she realized when you talk about people. Time out. When you talk about your average, regular American family, you talking about maybe you need to just go out there and figure out how to be an entrepreneur or invest your money somehow. People who tend to be living stable lifestyles where they're middle class don't go out their way to start throwing money at investments because they don't have the income to just, to risk it like that. People who have disposable income do have the money to risk, so therefore they apply more money there. But you're talking about regular American people. They're not out. What are you talking about? Trips to Paris? What lifestyle is it? This is the problem when she said what she said earlier, because that's the lifestyle she's thinking about when she says you should be dating. She's talking about a lifestyle where you go to Paris and Europe and take trips all over the place and buy bags and eat at expensive restaurants.
Ow.
The regular American person ain't doing that shit. And they don't have to. Who said that has to be the lifestyle that you have to live to be happy? She might not even be living that lifestyle. She probably maxed out half her credit cards trying to show y'all on Instagram that she's vacating in Maldives Islands or whatever the fuck that's called.
Maldives.
I ain't even out there like that. So, live your life. Whatever she's trying to put on you, live your life. Because she gonna have your ass broke out here if you keep trying to live up to the standard that she's placing on the regular American person.
How though, Sweeney? How is what she's saying gonna have you broke by what she's saying?
Because most people can't do that.
Well, hold on. Let me throw some aid to Sweeney because I agree with him. The part that'll have you broke is not the part where she said you need to check your living expenses. It's not the part where she said you need to live below your means or at your means. It's not where she said you need to focus on investments. It's the part where she highlighted the type of lifestyle that she wants, because it's unrealistic for en masse people to operate like that. You might not be able to go to the designer bag store every week, but maybe you can go once or twice a year. No, you put that money in the investment too. Like, if you make it under 100K, the smartest thing I would tell, I'm not a financial advisor, right? I studied for the test, but I would not have a license for this. So this is my opinion. If you can max out your 401k or Roth IRA, if you can put together discretionary spending, so you able to live off of less than 70% of your income, no matter how much you make, and as you get raises, you increase your investment distribution as opposed to your lifestyle. That all of that's great advice, right? But everything else, you trying to keep up with the Joneses. And I know that's why I keep referring this to JR, because I noticed this trend amongst people that live on Instagram. It's always about presenting something that somebody else is either doing, has done, or keeping up with it, or being the first to do it. People that live like that perpetually are in debt, because you take on an exorbitant amount of money trying to impress people who don't care about you with things you don't need nor really want, because you're trying to keep up a lifestyle. That lifestyle is a buzzword when I hear it, because I kind of already know what they're saying when they say lifestyle. When they had this image in their mind where they're going to jet set around the world, they're going to travel and shop in the most expensive stores, and a man who can't give you that lifestyle or that experience is not a real man and does not deserve love, family, or respect. And I push back on that. I think, and to be clear, I think all men should try and strive to be their 100% best. You should give your all in all that you do. You should try and maximize your financial potential, but you're not doing it in order to do that.